Yeah. The problem is I'm allergic to coffee, so I can't drink coffee.
Mm.
Mhm.
Um, because I was like, yeah, it kind of sucks when you drink coffee and then you feel like you've been crying for 3 hours. And then my friend just looked at me and she went, allergy?
Yeah, that's not normal.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Let me tell
Just
you, matcha has a
everybody is just in a constant state of having crying for 3 hours.
Well, because I've heard that ADHD and caffeine interact poorly. So I was like, oh, that just must be the undiagnosed ADHD that I have. And then it was no, 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 allergy. Though Serge has some theories that I might not be allergic to coffee
Mm.
oh.
because back in 2018, when I met all of you, when I was there
Mhm.
for the PPR, um, I he obviously he did the Surge thing and he took Sam Ristic Studies and I out for a coffee tasting, and
Mhm.
I was fine.
Interesting.
I
Mm.
drank multiple shots of black coffee and I was completely fine. So
Hmm.
Surge thinks that it might be the fillers in like traditional like cheap crappy coffee,
Mhm.
and that's what I might be allergic to.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
so oh no, you'll be forced to only drink good coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I told him, I'm like, the next time I'm in town and I'm not just immediately filming something, so I can have like a mild allergic reaction, um, we'll go on a coffee tasting tour and see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Figure
Yeah.
out what you can and can't drink.
Yeah. Cam's right.
And
Serge also thinks it's that I'm allergic to chicory.
Mm.
and if
Yeah.
nothing else, free fancy coffee.
Yeah. Exactly. And then if not, Serge gets double.
That's true. That sounds like
Win-win.
something
Yeah.
Serge would like. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, friends. We're under 10 minutes with
That's fine. But yeah, you guys allergic to anything?
it. Not really. Um, I've always kind of thought that I was allergic to coconut, but
Mm.
I don't know if I actually am. I
Just
think it
just
just
don't
doesn't.
like coconut.
No, it's not even that I don't like coconut. I mean, I don't go out of my way to eat coconut, and I love Nanaimo bars.
Mm.
And they often have coconut in them.
There's
Mm.
yeah, good chunk of coconut there. Yeah.
But there was a few times when I was younger that I ate a decent quantity of coconut with it in some dish. I can't remember, and it just did not do well. And it just maybe it's I don't know. So for a long time, I just assumed I was, but I don't think I actually am. So as
Very
far as
fair.
I know, I have no allergies.
Mm.
I think I've got just
I'm,
got a sensitivity to milk. I don't have the lactose intolerance, but it, over a long time in my youth, we discovered, and I'm talking 10 years, discovered that when I drink milk, I get canker sores. Weird.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
hmm.
I I'm like mildly allergic to cats and dogs and stuff.
Mhm.
It's not my everybody in my family, like my parents and my brother, are more allergic.
Mhm.
I'm mild. If I'm over at Graham and Kathleen's place for like a whole day shoot, and especially if I like touch my eyes or whatever,
Yeah.
then
Mhm.
it can start to be bad. But um, and I mean the medication, I take some psychiatric medication that has bad effects with some foods that I have to be a little bit careful about, but it's not actually
Mm.
it is a sort of induced thing. It's not a inherent uh allergy, but I
Like
have
no
to.
grapefruit, I assume.
No, actually, it's not one of those ones.
Really?
It's the medication I take messes up your uh how you process something called tyramine, which
Oh.
is a substance that is available that is in basically every foods, but in particular, it's in it increases as time goes on. So like aged things.
Oh.
So you're basically you're supposed to stay away from anything that's sort of aged, fermented, and stuff, which is unfortunate because like a lot of really good things. So like a lot of like the really good cheeses and really good, and
That
like you're supposed
sucks.
to stay away from like wine and beer and stuff. I don't drink that anyway, so
Mm.
wasn't a big deal. But like, and I don't seem to be very sensitive to it, so I can have like stuff like soy sauce and like miso and like even that kind of stuff is like not great. But
Mm.
after tentative testing on my part, it doesn't seem to be too bad. Like I
Hmm.
can take, I can have a stir fry or whatever with that has stuff in it, but I don't want to. Yeah, so it's one of those things that's just like, oh, okay, have to be a little bit careful about some stuff. And there's also some actual just like medications that it interferes with.
Yeah.
But in terms of actual my the other one is I'm not, it's sort of like with James, I'm not actually, as far as I know, I'm not allergic to kiwi,
Mm.
but my brother is like deathly alert, like anaphylactic shock, deathly allergic to kiwi.
Oh
Oh
wow.
no.
And I don't really like kiwi. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to eat kiwis,
Oh,
That's fair.
just in case. Just in case.
Kiwi is one of the best fruits.
Even the eggs?
Boo.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm a lactose intolerant girly, um,
Mm.
as all of the hot LGBTs often are, um, and yeah, so I'm probably allergic to coffee or chicory of some sort. Um, I'm also allergic to raw carrots
Hmm.
because I found out recently that baby carrots aren't spicy.
Oh, it must be something in the skin then.
It's also it's some there's an enzyme that gets cooked off. Um, because it's also in
Ba-
radishes as well.
Mm.
Baby carrot are usually still raw. You mean like cooked carrots?
Like when they're cooked, I'm not allergic to them anymore.
Okay. Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
That,
some sort of yeah, something that is destroyed.
that's the
Yeah.
way I am with milk. Is the
Yeah.
minute the milk's cooked or it's cheesified, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I mean it's not my allergy, but it's my best friend's allergy and I talk about it constantly. Uh my best friend's allergic to corn and it's the worst thing in the world.
oh,
Oh
that would
God.
be
Oh, in
rough.
North America? Yeah. No,
Oh,
you're.
Yeah, she lives in America.
Yeah.
Uh she's
Mm.
That's like having a soy allergy in Japan.
yeah.
ooh.
It's in
She
everything.
she once she traveled to Iowa or Idaho, I can't remember which, for a
Oh.
wedding, and she couldn't drink the water because there was too much corn in the water.
That would be it. That would be Iowa.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah,
that's definitely Iowa. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Good
It's
Apparently,
lord.
rough.
there's a certain time of year where the corn sweats occur, which is when the corn plants all release a certain amount of moisture, and the entire state just becomes a 100% humidity, muggy mess for a week.
Yeah.
Good
Wow.
lord.
I wonder if they like in Iowa, like I wonder if the water actually has like an appreciable like corn taste to it. I can't.
Whoa.
Maybe.
If people know, or it might be one of those things where like it doesn't taste like that, but then they, if you're from Iowa and then go somewhere else, you're like the water tastes weird and different. I don't like it.
Honestly, I when I came back to Ontario, I was immediately missing the Victoria water.
We do
Victoria
have
has
good
good
water.
water. We
Yeah.
have some tasty tap water.
Yeah.